Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Wolves 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Tottenham crumble in added time like a chocolate digestive in a milky tea after leading 1-0 the entire 90 due to Brennan Johnson's early strike in the 3rd minute. Why is it in our DNA to do that? Why is it always us who are the laughing stock, who fall apart? And look, I understand the circumstances and I understand the context around the game. Spurs away from home, Wolves on really, really good form, having that siege mentality due to the poor decisions going against them in the last few weeks. And the fact that Tottenham Hotspur are missing, some of their most crucial players, the likes of Van den Ven, Maddison, Romero, Udogie, Solomon, Perisic, Richarlison. But we did well for the whole 90 minutes. The players that came in, the likes of Davies and Dyer, defended really well for the whole 90 minutes. Yet the whole team just crumbled once we conceded that equaliser. Why can we not just hold on at least for the draw or go on and get that win? No, we have to concede another one. 6 added minutes. There were 6 more minutes that Tottenham Hotspur could have held on to that win. And don't get me wrong, the first goal from Wolves is absolutely fantastic. And credit where it's due. Brilliant atmosphere at Molineux. Great moment for them in their season. They deserve it with all the decisions that have been going against them wrongly the last few weeks. But why is it always us talking as Spurs fans about the other team snatching 3 points away from us late and giving credit to the other team? Why can't we just be happy and talk about our own brilliant performance and not just throw the lead away in the last 6 minutes? It's just so infuriating. It's so infuriating because some of those players really put in a shift today. Ben Davies, I thought, was really good. Dyer, I actually thought, had a much better game until that second goal where he's partly at fault, in my opinion. Pedro Porro was really good. Kulusevski so dangerous. And it looked like it was heading away to a really big Spurs winner. 3 points that we can take into the international break, be really proud of, despite the injuries, and say, we're still here to contend. We're still a solid team. And yes, we don't have a lot of our best players, but the same players who have come in have adapted to Ange's style and done a good job. But we can't talk about that. We're going to be talking about why this Spurs team crumbled, as it always seems we are every single season. It's the same cycle again, man. It's the same cycle. I get we're at the first year of a rebuild, but we started so well. Fans got so excited, including me. And these last 2 games, we've been brought back down to earth. I backed Big Ange, as I say, on Monday, and I'm not sure there's much he could have done today. I thought the subs that he made were at the right times. I thought the game, as I say, was falling away from us. I thought Bentancur was a good sub. And the goals, as I say, scored by Wolves are really good goals. But why is it in our DNA to do that? Why is it in our DNA to do that, man? I don't think you can blame Big Ange for today or Monday. I thought the high line was the right decision, considering we didn't have the players that Liverpool did when they went down to 9 men, and we were never going to hold on if we sat back. And I think today there's not a lot he could have done better. It's just the players crumbling. It's just the players crumbling. And this was my big worry before the season about squad depth. And even during the season and the last few weeks when fans were getting so excited before that Chelsea result, I said, calm down, because if we get a few big injuries, as I say, this dream of a title race is out the window immediately. And it is. Straight away, a few big injuries. The squad players come in and they don't have the ability. I'm not going to say that they don't care, because they did today. The last 6 minutes, did they care enough? Probably not. But for the whole other 90, they did give it their 100%. Davies, Dyer, Højbjerg, these sort of players, Royale, they did try and give it their all today. But they're just not good enough. Bob down at Sunday League gives it his all every single weekend. It doesn't mean I want him playing for Tottenham Hotspur. In my opinion, we needed to strengthen the squad in the summer more than we did, and now it's costing us. Yes, the injuries were very unlucky, but if we bring in a decent centre-back on deadline day as a backup, maybe that result doesn't happen. Maybe we hold on, because we've got a centre-back who cares and has the ability. I'll back Big Ange with most decisions that he makes, but I did question whether Brennan Johnson was the right signing on deadline day, or whether we should have gone in for a defender. And since, as I say then, I've been worried that if Van den Ven or Romero go missing for a few weeks, let's say it's a suspension or an injury, which we've got right now, we're going to be relying on players like Dyer and Phillips and Davies, who will give it their all, but just don't have the ability. And I've been proven right. I didn't want to be proven right. I didn't want these injuries. And yes, the injuries are unlucky, but you've got to prepare for them when you've got such a thin squad. And that thin squad's been exposed today. That lack of squad depth and quality in squad depth has been exposed today. We make a big centre-back signing in the summer. We probably don't lose today, because we've got a centre-back who can come in and do a phenomenal job. And I know people go, oh, it's football, give credit to Wolves. I am giving credit to Wolves. They've been fantastic. But you've also got to look at the way we crumbled in those last 6 minutes. Why it's always Spurs who crumble, as I say. And why it happened. And in my opinion, it happened because we didn't have the squad depth from the beginning. We did not have the squad depth. And this club doesn't seem to have that mentality. Do I think Ange can instill that mentality over the next few years? Absolutely. I will back Big Ange all the way. The football he's got us playing this season so far is fantastic. And even though we've lost today, we'll most likely end the weekend heading into the international break in the top 4. But is that mentality there right now in the squad? And has it been instilled in these first 12 games? No. We saw that today. But even top players like Bissouma, as I say, crumbled at the end. So frustrating to see, man. It's so frustrating to see. Again, Spurs just crumbling at the end of a game. I thought we were past that, but we're a long way away from that. And fans, as I say, who've been talking about title races at the beginning of this season, calm down. We were never in one because we never had the squad depth. And January is a big month. Yet we're hearing rumours that Lloyd Kelly could be the only signing and that Spurs don't have much money. I get, as I say, that we're at the beginning of a rebuild and you can't change around the whole squad in one summer or in one summer in January. But they've got the money. That's a complete and utter lie. Look at the profit ENIC makers, a company that Daniel Levy do, and then what they actually invest into Tottenham Hotspur. They have more money to put into this club. Financial fair play will allow them to. Yeah, January's massive, but we've seen it so many times with Daniel Levy where he's let down managers like Mauricio Pochettino in January where he needed big signings. If we make a couple of big signings this January, I believe top 4 is very achievable. But if we don't, as I say, with the injuries we've got, even in the next month, we could be out of the top 8. And I know that sounds crazy, but we saw today these squad players, they will give it effort, but they just don't have that ability. They're just not good enough. Royale just isn't good enough. He doesn't offer anything. He doesn't offer pace. He doesn't offer defensive awareness. He's not positionally aware. He's not defensively good. He's not good going forward. He doesn't even have a good strike on him. What does he actually offer? Dyer, the same there. Too slow defensively. Doesn't offer much going forward at all. What does he actually bring to the team? It's not these players' effort that is being called into question by me today, which it has been in previous seasons. It's the ability. And we don't have to rely on that ability if we bring in a backup centre-back in the summer and strengthen the squad more. And as I say, January is a massive month to strengthen that squad, prepare for more injuries, as unlucky as they are, because we haven't prepared for these today. When we always looked at our squad as being too thin. We've always said as Spurs fans that squad's a little bit too thin. But we didn't prepare for it. We just went along with the Ange train, I did included. And now we've been made to pay, as I say, for not strengthening our squad in the summer, not bringing in quality backup options who can come in if you get a player injured and do a job, not just for a part of the game, but until the final whistle. From the first whistle till the final whistle, the concentration went in those last 6 minutes, and as soon as Wolves scored that first goal, you knew that the second one was coming because of the atmosphere, how frantic the game was. And yeah, it's always us that crumbles. Always us that crumbles. Look, we're at the first year of a rebuild, and it doesn't change any of my thoughts on ange postecoglou or that first thing. The first thing that we've got is really good. It really is. I've said that all season. The likes of Madison, Van den Ven, really good signings, really good players. The manager we've got, credit to Levy for bringing him in. He's a top manager. I really like him. He's getting us playing beautiful football. But the first team, we're not always going to be able to rely on it. There's going to be injuries, and we've been hit for a fair few right now. And the replacements that have come in, as I say, they can't concentrate from the first whistle to the final whistle. Not because of effort, but because they are not good enough. They don't have the ability. So frustrating. It really is frustrating. January's a massive month. We've lost 2 on the bounce now. Look, if we finish outside of the top 6, people will call us bottle jobs. If we don't get top 4, people will call us bottle jobs. Don't listen to them. When you consider that we finished 8th last season, lost our captain 2 days before the season, and the situation we were in compared to the situation we are in now, anything above 8th, playing good football is progress. And we're playing good football this season. We've got players that care, which was not the issue again today. It was just ability. And we're looking very likely to finish above 8, despite my comment earlier in the video where I said I don't even know if we will over the next month. So don't listen to those people who call us bottle jobs at the end of the season if we don't get top 4. But it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. It really is. And we head into December now. 2 losses on the bounce, and we've got tougher fixtures. Chelsea at home. We were cost there by our own stupidity from Romero and Udogie, and today we've been cost by a lack of ability from the squad players who have come in and aren't able to concentrate for the whole, for the whole game. But look, we've got 2 tougher games coming up. Aston Villa at home. Hopefully the home atmosphere can spur us on there. No Bissouma there because that was stupid from him today. And then after that, Manchester City away. Genuinely, that could be a cricket score. I'd prefer us to go for it and it be a cricket score than sit back and get picked off. Of course I would. I gave my thoughts on High Line and going for it, even if we don't believe we're going to win on Monday after the Chelsea game in all of my content. But that could be a cricket score, and then you could be potentially looking at 4 losses on a row, or a draw and then a loss, and taking 1 point out of a possible 12 when we were on such a good run. I mean, the squad was always too thin. We knew that, and our worst nightmare was realised on Monday. And we sort of felt maybe a loss or draw was coming this week. I predicted a 2-1 Spurs, and we were close to getting a similar sort of win to what I predicted, a win where we'd have, where we'd still have chances. We wouldn't play poorly, but we'd have to grind it out, and we didn't get it. It's just, so frustrating. I get molineux. It is a really tough place to go, and I'll say it again. Credit to Wolves. Really good today. Tough team to play against. Great atmosphere. Great fans. I respect them a lot. But we shouldn't be doing that. We really shouldn't be doing that. In terms of player ratings, Vicario, I'm going to give him a 7. Again, nothing he can do about the 2 goals, in my opinion. I thought he was really good, made some really good saves. Backline, Royale, I'm going to give him a 5. Not because of effort, because you could see the effort was there, but the ability wasn't. And ability is also what it comes down to. He gets a 5 in this game, in my opinion. Ben Davies, I'm going to give an 8. One of our best players on the pitch. I thought he really defended well. For the first goal, people will say Davies, maybe could have done better because he's the one who dives in, but it's not him, it's Dyer who backs off his man originally, and Davies is forced to come in. I thought it was really good, made some big clearances earlier in the games, that could have led to goals. He was really good today. I'm going to give him an 8. Eric Dyer, I'm going to give him a 7 because I do think he was really good for a majority of the game. Maybe you could blame him a little bit for the second goal, but it wasn't a horrendous mistake, and he didn't really make any horrendous mistakes. Pedro Porro, I actually thought he was good today. I do think he was good today. As I say, the back line, the effort was there for most of the game. The effort was there, but I still question maybe if you bring in a tap sober in the summer, if we do concede those 2 goals at the end there with the ability we have on the pitch, which we didn't. But Pedro Porro I actually think was really good. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought it was creative, great assist for the first goal. Midfield 3, Bissouma. I don't know what's going on with that guy. There's a few theories I have. You guys take your pick as to which one you believe, or maybe you have a different opinion. Since that Luton game, the guy's been off it. Is it A, because maybe we were overestimating him from the beginning of the season? A lot of people won't like hearing that, but maybe he hasn't been all that good. Maybe it was more of a purple patch at the beginning of the season, and Conte was right about the guy. B, he's just shot of confidence because he doesn't have the players around him such as Maddison, who he's used to linking up with quickly. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Bissouma. Maybe there's some personal issues there or some injury that he's battling through. So amazing in those first 5 games of the season, and then the Luton red card happens, and since then it's just gone downhill. Even in the games we've won, in the Fulham game, the Palace game, I don't think he was outstanding. He was very poor today, got himself booked. He's missing for the Villa game. Going to have to give the guy a 5. Really poor performance from him. Sarr, I'm going to give him a 6. I thought could have done a lot better in that midfield. He did have the effort though. Didn't really do much wrong, but didn't really offer much at all going forward. And he could have been a bit quicker on the ball. I'm going to give him a 6. Other midfielder, as I say, who else did we play? Oh yeah, Højbjerg. I'm going to give Højbjerg a 7. I actually thought he was solid today. Not to blame for anything, really. Really tried to give it his all. I'm going to give Højbjerg a 7. Substitutions as well that we did bring on. I'm going to give Ben Tankera a 7. I thought he was solid when he came on, made some good challenges. Giovanni Lo Celso, actually, I've often been critical of him looking like he doesn't care. When he came on, he made some crucial tackles that I thought maybe would have salvaged a point out of the game, which obviously it didn't end up that way when Wolves scored that second goal. But I'm going to give him a 7. I think those were the 2 subs we made. Brian Hill up top as well. I'm going to give him a 6. I thought it was okay when he came on. Front 3, Sonny, 7. I thought he actually linked up, played really, really well, to be 100% honest. And I really feel for him. He had a half chance on Monday against Chelsea, and the offside one's quite harsh, but he didn't really get many big chances there. And today, I can't remember one time where Sonny actually even had half of a chance. No service whatsoever with Maddison. It's like missing Kane last season, missing Maddison this season. You almost lose that outlet to Son. But when he did get the ball today, he held it up really well with about 3 or 4 players around him and laid it off. I'm going to give him a 7. Brennan Johnson, 7. Good goal. Sort of let down by the service a little bit with Roy out, but could have been a little bit sharper when he was on the pitch, in my opinion. And Kulusevski, I'm going to give an 8. Arguably man of the match, in my opinion. Held it up really well. Hugely underappreciated. Again, just like Chelsea, it was not a horrendous performance today from Spurs. But it wasn't an unbelievable one either. It was a very average performance. And when you put in a very average performance, you know, not due to effort, but due to ability, you're going to get picked off away from home against the side with the momentum. And that's what happened today. Look, international break now. We needed it. We really did with our injuries. When we come back, we've got Udogie back, Bissouma missing. Big game against Villa. Hopefully we can bounce back, get a huge win there. It's always rubbish heading into an international break after a loss, and especially the way we lost today. But look, we've still got to remember. I know it's hard to, but we've got to remember the context. I know, you know, today 6 added minutes, Crumble defensively. The ability's not there. You know, I stand by that, but we've also still got to remember we are in the first year of a rebuild. Arteta in his first year finished 8th the season after, finished 8th. It took him so long to get going. Ten Hag has to say it's a slow rebuild there. Any manager, Pep Guardiola, even when he first went to Man City, finished 4th in his first series. In his first season, compared to now, which is crazy. Klopp, when he first joined, finished lower. Every manager, when they first join a club, it takes time to instill the way of playing into the team. And, you know, you have also got to consider injuries. People call it an excuse. It's really not with the amount of players we've got. It is a reason. Should have done better today. But there's a lot to consider as to why we didn't. And yeah, we've got to remember in the first year of a rebuild, we've got to get behind the manager. We've got to call out the owners if they don't back him in January when he needs it. And yeah, that's all I can really say. It's hard to get out many words right now and process what's really happened. In the debrief tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be able to. But yeah, really frustrating one today. Really frustrating one. Guys, thank you for watching. Comment down below your thoughts. Take care. Have a good Saturday, and so I'm really looking forward to the football this weekend as well. Don't care about it anymore. Thank you for watching, though. Take care. All the best. And as always, come on, you Spurs. Enoch and Levy out. In Big Ange, we trust.